Now, one thing about Ohio is that it's always raining, or if it's not raining, it's at least overcast. I guess kind of like Seattle. And so, that's no fun. And then here in our neighborhood, up in the hills, you have this white building up there on top of the hill, and that's the governor's mansion. Now, not the current governor, it's the governor from like the 1920s or something. And you can actually see it from our street that we live on, because I guess Dayton was sort of Dayton was more of a center than before. And another thing about Ohio is the redbud trees. These are a Ohio specialty, and even though they're called redbuds, but the flowers look fairly purple to me, like a sort of an intense lavender. But you see them all over the place, and they make nice ornamentals. You can see they're sort of bonsai shaped, just naturally, like not a very tall tree. And you know, people like to have them around the yards, but you also see them in other places as well. The redbud trees often grow along the highway. In the early spring, it can be pretty attractive. They just grow wild since they're native. You know, in Salisbury, I don't remember there being these nice flowering trees like this. We probably had some, just when you're younger you don't appreciate such things so much. So the light purple color mixing with the emerging foliage is really quite nice. This is the street that we live on, and there's a redbud tree in one of our neighbor's yard. That's one of the bigger ones. It's almost like a real trunk there. And then if you look carefully, you can see the governor's mansion across the some of the rooftops there. And then here's our house. We don't have any redbud trees, but we do have this horse chestnut tree I just planted right there next to the locust tree. It's a little bit closer to the locust tree. That's because we're going to have to take the locust down at some point. It keeps losing branches. You can see one of them on the ground right there that we had to cut off. And then there's our daffodils and other things that are coming up here in the springtime.